Hey, what is going on, you guys? Not sure what happened there. It started early, but we're here. We're ready to get going. So we'll get started here in just a second, guys. Hope they won't shoot me down slow. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Hey, what's going on, guys? Not G10, Big Head RC, Freebird, DeMello's RC 115, Chris, Giangelo, Paul Clancy. And we are here early, guys. Check that out.
Shady silhouetted images and industry teasers are finding their way into our homes and invading our minds. Their calculated information is delivered to feed our addiction for radio-controlled frequencies. It's an RC conspiracy. We are on your side, cracking the RC code.
That's not scale.
Because the truth is out there. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast. Get your decoder rings ready and put on those tinfoil hats because your fearless leader is here. Please welcome your host, the lead RC conspiracist, Tony CC. Tony CC. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast.
Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All of that stuff. This will be the last live stream, I think, before the new year, at least at this time slot. I might stick another live in somewhere else, but man, thank you guys for jumping in here already. We got started early. I was messing around in StreamYard. Next thing I know, it's hanging up trying to go live. I backed out, and apparently it went live anyway. So we're just going to go for it. We'll let it ride. So we're about 5 minutes early, but check this out, guys. The new servos are out. The Reefs Raw 500 Operation 11 Charlie edition. These are a little bit more expensive, but the proceeds from it are going to Operation 11 Charlie to help get more of the veterans to USTE event so they can hook them up with RCs and some cool stuff. So if you're interested, definitely check out reefsrc.com. And yeah, these things are beautiful, man. The etching on here, that little gold color they've got going around it, you can't really see it. If I bring it in, it's not going to focus, but you can see the color change. It's got their logo on here. The Raw 500 is my favorite servo anyway. This makes it even better, guys. So yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, all right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Paul Clancy says broken axle on the LMT in the cold. He found if you run a wire tire through the shackles. Yes, that does help. It makes them like a two-piece, and it also keeps the shackles from ripping out the bottom. Josh Rhodes is doing that. I kind of showed it in one of the videos. I think when he was on here, we talked about it. It is a good upgrade to do for sure. Chris has never had a Reef servo. This Raw 500 is my go-to now for everything. I put it in crawlers. I put it in bashers. This is actually going to go into my Element Ecto. It's yellow already. I think this will look just awesome in that yellow and black bodied truck. I'm keeping that stock body, man. I like it. When I watch the videos and I see it out on the trail, I really dig, the shape and look of it, but I like the yellow with all the stickers going down the side of it, guys. Big fan of that look. We'll see. I didn't have it in the video. Oh, I didn't record it, but I've been running that every time I go to a comp. But yeah, so this is going in that because this is not or my Ecto doesn't have a Reef servo in it, even though it has Reef stickers on the side and all the different stickers of people whose product I like. That was initially meant to be, we'll look at it in here, but it's initially meant to just be a budget build truck. In a way, it was budget for me because the 2-in-1 system was sent to me by Spectrum, and they actually wanted me to show it in a different rig. Like I have a bunch of axial rigs, and they're like, well, we'd actually, if you have something else, it'd be cool to show that it doesn't have to go in one of our Horizon products. So I went and bought an Ecto. I wanted an Element RC, and it helped push me toward that. So when I reviewed it, I was also doing it in a new truck I'd never driven, which was awesome. It made it handle super cool. And I put on the J Concepts. What is it? There's called the tires. Why am I blanking on it? They're the most awesome tires. Because all I'm thinking about is the new Tusks. J Concepts crawler tires. A military-ish name. But I can't think of it though. Somebody's gonna help me. I'm getting old. I have a birthday coming up here very soon. And then I'm gonna get even older. Landmines. Yes, that's it. My brain, it farts for a little while, but then it comes back to me. But yes, landmines. And I don't think anybody in the comments said it yet. No, I don't see it. All right. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. If you didn't hear Chris, I did see the Samson body. Yes. I'm running stock axles version 1 still on my my race truck. We bashed it down at the Hall Brothers racing event, which I still have to edit the video for that. I have it shot, but I have to edit it and get that out there hopefully this week. With the break for Christmas, I won't have as much work stuff for work, and I'll be able to get to it. So I didn't do any talking at that. When I go to these events, I don't like talking behind camera. I don't like talking in front of camera. I just want to hang out, do the thing. Well, then the problem is I don't have like a storyline or something to carry it along. So I shot something for it here, but for some reason, my brain fart happened when I was doing the video. And instead of saying Vern, I said Wayne. And so now I have to reshoot that because I don't want to be up there saying Wayne instead of Vern. And the second I edited it, I'm like, his name's not Wayne. Why did I say Wayne? But cameras turn on, brain turns off. It's how it works, guys. I'm lucky that I get anything out coherently the second the camera starts rolling. Big Head says Element has an awesome platform. They really do. It's my first, and I'm so in love with it. I take it everywhere. This is a tough question by Basher Boy. What would I get between the Baja Ray or the Arma Sentin 4 BLX? I mean, I would probably choose the Baja Ray for scale look of it. But that's because I have a Sentin, so it skews it. If you're just looking for something to go out and totally rip apart, the Sentins are just absolutely indestructible. So both are really good. Hard to say. So anyway, I have like a JV or a JK or a J something servo in there. It was what they had at RC Crawler RC Space when I went there for their comp. I showed up with my Element. First run on it was that comp, and the servo was not up to task for what they had set up. And so I just bought something there, and still trying to keep it a little bit budget. I went with, and I don't think they had any raw 500s. I don't know if he had any Reefs in because he sells through them, I think, as well. So, yeah, now that I have one, it will be going in. Questions. We're gonna make it a little bit of an end of year video, guys, for anybody just tuning in. We're gonna go through basically a year in review of products that came out, but through just kind of, because of my brain again, I need to be looking at reminders for things that came out and events that we went to and things that happened. Kind of a recap of 2021 through the library of the CCxRC. So we'll go back to, should we start? You guys tell me, should we start like and go down through from like most current and then go backwards to see where the year started? Or do we start at the beginning of the year and work forward? I feel like we should start at the beginning because we might spend too much time and not really get back to that. And the stuff that's more current, we kind of remember anyway. But yeah, you guys let me know. More current first or go back to the beginning of the year first? But I would go with the Baja Ray. Marlon Cox says beginning, work forward. Okay, we'll do that. I do have some other kind of cool and exciting news. I did get another Surpass motor in the mail. I did get also the Surpass rocket motor in the mail, and I have some Mofo RC plates and pinions to put on the rocket so it'll fit with the transmission of the axial. So I got a lot of that stuff going for the Micro Monster trucks. I did get another Southwest Monster Shop chassis in the mail. I think I showed this last week. But I also have some new stuff coming, guys. It's exciting for the Micro Monster trucks from Mofo RC. If you happen to be on his live stream and saw him showing it, he's got something new coming in the monster truck micro world. And so that'll be exciting. So he's going to be sending that. But also Furtech, if you guys haven't been following, they've got a new thing coming, possibly an RTR kit. I'm not sure how it all works, but that's going to be showing up here very soon. It looks like it was just shipping. So they're not out yet. We'll be testing it and doing some stuff, but we'll be showing you guys along the way. So very cool news. Just pushing all of that stuff forward. And might as well mention it. Fat Cat Customs is going to be doing micro wraps. Bari, I think, is going to be doing micro wraps as well. So lots of stuff moving forward for the Micro Monster trucks into 2022. So that's awesome. Maybe at the end we'll kind of go where things are headed for 2022. But let's take a dive. Let me scroll this back to that time though. We need to get back to 12 months ago where things were. Okay, so right in here. All right, let's pull this up. All right. That's not what I want. I want like this. The time that I had that J Concepts 1970 USA 1, and then we broke the light bar. That was not fun. But that was still in that was 2019, 2020. What are we in now? 2021. So it's that brain fart thing I was telling you guys about before. This is a real thing. I'm getting old. Birthday's January 3rd. So if you guys want to buy me a present, you know how to do it in the chat. All right. So let's talk. A year ago, we had the Kahuna drag wheels talking about drag stuff. We were talking about the APEP chassis there. Josh Rhodes was on here. That was just over a year ago. The Kyosho Trail King, which I now wish was the other Kyosho Blizzard because I'm in Michigan and there's snow. So yes, this is craziness. Wow, Westmade says he's editing his 2021 year-end video. Ouch. 8 hours down to 2.5 hours. That's a lot of footage to go through, my man. That is a lot. That's why we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it live. So still a year ago, we need under a year ago. Let's fix an LMT axle, take 1 and 2. That's after we broke it. So that was just over a year ago, guys. So the LMT then came out at the beginning of this year. Wow, this has been an awesome year then. Awesome, wicked year. Does this show the date? Streamed on December 9th. And man, I looked younger even then. Matthew Hall, man, I'm going to have a lot of Virginia memories coming here. So it was actually after this, the While My Battery's Charged podcast with Jason from Arma, which we haven't still seen a 4S vehicle yet. So that's something to think about. They're still coming sometime. I've asked and they said it's still coming. So not necessarily this year. They just said they're still working on it. Arma Big Rock is good, but is it great? So we ended with this is 11 months ago, all this stuff. So we started the year crawling at the beach. That's nothing new. Had that lipo powered soldering iron. Still use that. Still a very cool product. What was the name of it? Secure. That was it. Very cool product. Strap it to a lipo battery, heats up, solder on the go. Very cool. All right, so low CLMT tips, yeah, because it wasn't coming out. The G2 batteries just came out. I don't know if I can blow these up a little bit for you guys. Oh, there we go. That's better. MTRC Scale Monster Truck Racing, welcome. There's going to be a lot that came out, right? Westmain said a lot has come out this year for sure. And I'm not going to be able to mention it all because I don't actually have it all and I haven't talked about it all on the channel. That's why I said it's through our eyes here at CCxRC. Vanquish the competition. So I got my first VS410 Pro. Still think it's an amazing truck. The Phoenix is out now and people are saying that's awesome. Speaking of MTRC, here we go. Our conversation with Colby was 8 months ago. And if you guys have not yet subscribed to his channel, you need to get over there and do it because they do some of the most scale monster truck race videos out there. Very well done. So yes, check him out. MTRC, Monster Trucks RC. Not a new product, but the best Arma 3S BLX yet, the Vortex. I still like the Big Rock. So this far in, and it's just a personal preference. I think they both handle awesome. I just find myself reaching for the Big Rock. But I did actually reach for the Vortex the other day at the skate park, and the the little screw came out of the hub, which happens on these if you don't do due diligence and take them apart and Loctite them, and that's what happens. LMT came into stock. They're back in stock. That was 8 months ago, guys. So this year was awesome for monster trucks and monster truck racing in general. Solid axle, game changing stuff with the LMT. So I was allowed to build the monster truck track in the backyard. That was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's going back. That was fun. We painted it and everything. Neighbors probably thought it was crazy. This truck just nails the moonwalks like nothing else. Look at that moonwalk to a little bit of a wheelie. Wicked fun. Westmain, I'm glad you're not done as well. I haven't even started my Phoenix build. So, yeah, this has got the Vidavon axles. Vidavon came to the market big time. Trio came to the market big time this year. As soon as products are coming out, those guys have got aftermarket stuff hitting. It's insane. I really miss having this track, not going to lie. We had a ton of fun with it. And we even were racing the little Yeti Can-Ams out there. We had those all painted up by Darkside this year. And those things looked wicked good. So you can see mine. And then the boys have their own, which was a Max D and a Soldier of Fortune Ice. So that was cool. The Spectrum RC, Outlaws of Motorsports, was on with us. That was great having Chad on. Awesome. He's just getting ready to start a live show about RC monster trucks over on Instagram. So if you guys aren't following him there, you should. Good stuff's going to be coming there. Lots of stuff with the Primal early on. The Bari monster truck. Yeah, crazy stuff. doing testing with tires because they came out with the pro lines. A lot of this stuff is going to be LMT stuff. Oh, USTE. I blew right past that. I went to USTE for the first time. Wicked good show there. One of the best events I've been to. Just of any, hands down, just experience wise. The trails aren't the most difficult. They're just fun to run. So I know this year it's going to be even bigger. There's going to be more vendors. It's just going to be nuts. Yeah, we had our SCX10 there, the Gen 8, the TF2, and the Capra, and just beautiful scenery. What they've done to groom the trails there is unreal. You can make some really pretty pictures there. Not sure I'm going back this year. It depends if we end up going to the Monster Jam World Finals or not. So I'm still waiting to hear more details on that. But if I have the choice between the two, I'm going to be doing Monster Jam for sure. So much news. Traxxas came out with their drag car. We had fun with the Sen B50 out on the backyard track. I still want to, I just watched this the other day, and I still just like this little bouncy guy. There's something about it. I don't even know. It's just fun to drive. I've got it with 4 steer now, and on command 4 steer. It just feels like a retro in the handling to me, especially now that we've got our retros going so fast. So yeah. But very cool. Very cool little truck. I know they've shifted gears toward the F450 stuff mainly, and that's smart. I mean, that thing's awesome. So 7 months ago, we started talking about the Kyosho USA 1 that is out now. We have one. I've only driven it once. It's too muddy here right now, and I'm not taking it in the mud because of just how it looks and its build. I'll take it in the dirt, but it's just too muddy. You should see the cars when I bring them in when I'm done. After I run them in the side yard, it's sad, and I'm not going to put that through it. So I'll take more. I'll do that in the grass with the freestyle jumps that we've made. Scalar Fab stuff still running on this truck. Just ran this truck the other day, and I'm having a whole bunch of issues with it. It's got that 6-channel AVC receiver in it that I just have nothing but issues with. I have no problems with any of my Spectrum stuff except for that one receiver. No matter what car or truck it's in, if it's not from the original bind, if I try to bind it to anything else, I try to follow the directions, but it's tough to turn off the AVC, then to bind it. And I did all that, and I got it working for the comp the other day, and it's in the most recent video. But I just went to run it when I was down with Jeremy Griffith, and it was back to, I had to take it all apart, bind it to different controllers, bind it back, do all this stuff to try and get it working. And it's just always worked until recently. And now it's just beeping at me and doing weird stuff. And I had it bound Sunday, but on Monday it wouldn't drive again. It's really frustrating. So we're going to get a 5-channel and just ditch that AVC junk. It's not junk. I don't want to have to deal with the headache of it. And our crawler doesn't need AVC anyway. So we're only using 5 channels or so anyway in it. So yeah. See you, Westmain. What ESC and motor in the Sen B50 stock, and it's fast. Dave Smith is in the house. Crawler Space RC. We just talked about him a second ago, and the stuff there. That's going to be part of talking about what's coming in 2022. We're going to be hitting more of the competitions that he's doing and that they're just doing in general around here. Going to be a lot more crawling coming in 2022. So that's for real, and especially the stuff with the 6 scale that they're working on. 7 months ago, we did the video on building the ECB chassis, 3D printing, stripping down an SCX24 and turning it into a monster truck. This was still just running the brush motor because I was still trying to figure out the motors. And you can see here, and I still have it set up this way. I thought for sure that the monster truck chassis was going to run the links that were closer to the same size, but this one actually works off the deadbolt. So everything on mine is shifted forward. The links look good as far as length, but I just need to go in there and change them out to. In fact, I bought them. They're sitting here. I think I might have bought them from Dave. I bought a bunch of stuff from him. Right here, I've got telly shocks and some other stuff for it, and I think I got links from Hot Racing ones to put on it. There's some long Hot Racing wherever they came from. They're here. He says he's got some 5 channels in the case. There we go. All right, so keep on moving forward. This is still running. This is now my Monster Mutt, and it does have this Surpass motor in it, and the Lizard ESC. Where's my? So it's a little 80. It's a 1220 size motor, sensorless, 8,600 kV, 8,600 kV motor. So gives it some speed. That's what I'm doing the moonwalks and stuff with using it. So that's about a $20 motor from Amazon. Takes about a good solid month, if not longer, to come. But so order a couple. That's what I did. Order 2, and then I used them both, and this is my spare. But faster stuff's coming. All right, so this is 7 months ago. So this was what was the date? Does it have the date listed? The last video did. Maybe because I blew it up so much it's not showing. May 18th. So we're moving. That's 5 months in already. We're gonna just kind of jump through some of this stuff. A lot of RC news we missed. Crawler stuff. Ryan Anderson built the No Limit RC World Finals track, which was really cool. I kind of helped, but not really. His was just so much better than using my tractor. I'd done the original track, and then we decided to change it, and they bought it in all this other, like a lot more dirt. And then it wasn't something that I was very helpful with, because his just moved way faster. So No Limit World Finals, we worked on building a little crawler course at Digger's Dungeon. Drove the Axial Rift for the first time and had a blast. We didn't use it for what it probably is intended for. We just mud bogged with it, and it was super, super fun. And then I disappeared for a while because we were getting ready to move. Wasn't able to tell anybody. We were tearing down the track. I'd mentioned it to Ryan and the Andersons that I was probably looking at moving. We were wanting to, if everything came together, we were choosing to move. And so it all did. As we know, we're here in Michigan now. The new Arma Typhon Mega stuff came out, and just quite a bit actually came out with the V3s and whatever. I think it was mainly just electronics changes in that lineup, but I ended up doing the Typhon Mega and doing the conversions on that. Bauhaus RC's been making a ton of upgrades, and for the LMT, the LCG battery tray to lower the center of gravity with that. Really cool stuff coming out from them. Mini Bs, ended up getting a Mini B and running and racing that. I was running and racing up at the new track that had opened in Chesapeake, which is an awesome carpet track and crawler course as well. So yeah, missed Axial Fest, Mud Fest, Badlands 2021. I would have absolutely loved having fun in the mud. But that's when we were house shopping. In fact, we were checking out this place that day while we were missing it. So yeah. How much are Reefs Raw 5 right now? $150. I think they're like $140. I know that this one costs more. Unless the price went up. that's a simple Google search to find that out. I'll help you out and I'll do it. We're sitting here, $140, $139.99 at A main is where I'm getting the price from. I wasn't getting it from Reefs, is all I'm saying. So it's probably close to that anywhere, $140, $150. Roger Chevelle, man, what's going on? Welcome. Ecto or a TRX4? Wow, that's a good question. A lot of the guys run both. You know, I've been shocked at how many people up here are running the Element stuff. The transmission on the Element's pretty good. Pretty quiet. The way that you can set up the overgearing. So if you wanna overdrive the front, you can do that with the gearing in the transmission. Pretty cool. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So even the shops have them. Crawler Space is saying he's got them for the 139 as well. So yeah. Yeah, Jeff Brown, the move that wrecked more than RC stuff. Yeah, killed our Jeep. Crushed a septic tank. Lots of good times. The brushless Kyosho Mad Van came out. That thing's pretty fun. Because we were moving, I haven't run it a whole lot since then. And now that I'm seeing this, it makes me want to get it out. So maybe that'll be one of the next things that I run. But yeah, so Roger, I don't know. I mean, I'm really liking the Ecto, so it's different. You have open wheels. So if I were to get a TRX4, I would probably not get one of the big. For what we're doing up here now, I wouldn't get one of the ones that is fully decked out and heavy up top and looks cool. Because the tracks here are pretty technical, and I would want the Ecto, or I'd want a TRX4 that I would slam and get open wheels and stuff on it to be able to get those wheels up on rocks. So that's all. It depends what you're doing. If you want super scale looking, the TRX4 has really cool, like the Bronco body is one of my favorites. But yeah, it really comes down to what you want to do with it. The Italian EXB, I forgot about that. I didn't forget. I mean, we just bashed it, but I forgot that was new coming back out. And that is an awesome truck. It's different. If people like doing all the stunts, it's not really a stunt truck with the tires it has on. You have to do some changes if you want to stunt it out. Basically change the wheels and tires and not have it be belted, because you just don't get that rotating mass. We did a huge backflip with it at Digger's Dungeon, like massive. It took the whole gap in order to do it. And we barely made it around and greased the landing. Wasn't even trying to make the jump go that far, but it was a huge, massive jump backflip. Freebird, if I run out of RCs, you can store them. I'm actually looking to sell some RCs here. So yeah. The Rift, Tyler Critic says. One Stop RC, welcome. Yeah, so Kaiju, I think, is an awesome basher for the cost. If you got Red Cat dealers around, and you can get your hands on one. The only issue I had is that upper arm. If you can get the metal ones, that'll really help that out. 6S, you can start running into drive cup issues. They make some stuff to put over them, but it seems like more of a hassle than it's worth. I think it's plenty good on 4S. And so I would say do it. If 4S Ripper for $400, it's still $180 cheaper than the Traxxas Max. And it handles about as good. Not as durable. So you'll have a little fixing here and there to do, but I think there's options with it that you can have for sure. So yeah. What's going on, RC Reactivated? Jack's in the house. Jeff Makovich says he has plans for 2022 with more micro old school monster trucks. Very cool. Yes, Roger. I did run with Jeremy, and I ran with Pilot Ryan Media, and there's some cool stuff, cool videos to come. Some of them will be coming very soon, and other ones will have to wait. I'll just say that. Conspiracies for 2022. No, yeah. So, I was doing some testing, and so we went to a RC track while it was closed. The place, the RC Fun Park of the Tower. So it's in Indiana, but it's like Michigan, Indiana. Like you could throw a stone and hit Michigan. And so they have a huge indoor track. They've got an outdoor track. They've got an oval track. And they even had like some crawler stuff in the wood that he's just starting to work on. And it's just like a bunch of pieces of concrete, like crushed and laid in spots. And there was some neat stuff to hit back there. I think if some dirt was poured into it and locked it together a little more so that the trucks could get wheels down in spots, I think it'll be really, really cool. So they're on the way, but yeah, it's coming. So Bobby K was there, Pilot Ryan Media, and Jeremy, and Tommy, the owner of the fun park, was there as well. So there's a hobby town there, which I don't know everybody that owns it. I know Pilot Ryan Media, Bobby K, and I think there's one other person maybe that bought in with them or went in with them to buy the hobby town in Granger, Indiana, Michiana area. But they say Granger on maps. So yeah, we were there. We did a tour of the hobby shop, which is awesome. They got so much stuff there, but then also went and did the tracks and did some running. Triple backflip with the Traxxas Max. And I've got videos coming on that. The Max, the V2, the wide Max version of it it's pretty banging. So lots to come about that. We're moving. Can finally tell you that was tough. Tearing down the studio. We'd put so much into that house. Brand new kitchen. In fact, we just went to buy new refrigerators today for this one because all the drawers are busted. And the freezer, when you pull it out, you have to like lift it and shake it back into place because it's a pull-out bottom freezer. So lots of issues with it. And yeah. So yeah, we just had to drop some money on refrigerator. But I don't know what I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, the kitchen's not nearly as good. After just putting in that brand new kitchen and all the work that we've spent the last 8 years, whatever, doing was crazy. So but yeah, Pilot Ryan Media is in here. How's your eye doing? So to come at a several weeks later date, there will be footage of Pilot Ryan Media having one of my RC cars slam him in the face. His camera and everything. He's filming and wham. So I hope he's doing all right. And I can't find that. It actually broke the lens hood, they call it, for his camera, but it's not something that has like a part number. So you need to get me, man. I've been looking. There's other ones. I spent an hour looking and trying to go through manuals and whatever to find one. So I might just have to call Canon and find out. But yeah, so we're not moving again, Jeffrey. No, we're no, we're not moving again. Mick D, thank you, man. Merry Christmas. He says, Merry Christmas, Tony. Wish you and your family success and the best for a new year. You're a true gentleman of the hobby. Well, thank you, Mick. We have a lot of fun here. We try to keep it fun, and yeah, it's a passion of mine, and that's what it is. And I'm trying to keep it that way, even as it's becoming a little bit of like my part-time job these days. Since moving, I don't have the amount of work that I used to have because of COVID, and then also moving and not having all the contacts in the video world around here. So yeah, it's been a little bit difficult as far as that goes, but it's good as well. Yeah, he's fine. His people will get in touch with my people. It was something else. All right, so let's get back to this. I'll keep looking over there. Ripping the Kaiju, sold my 5th scale sprint car, which was sad, but man, I know it's in good hands, so we'll say that. Brushless crawler power. So this was new, and this is something that I actually really like. It's in 2 of my vehicles now. I have it in the Gen 8, and I also have this system in the Vanquish VS410 Pro, and that is one of my favorite running rigs. It's super smooth. I've all of my rigs. I was brushed is all I need, crawling, blah 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 forever, and then the Firma stuff and the Hobby Wing Fusion stuff came out, and I'm like, okay, this is now the way that I want to crawl. I love this. So yeah. It is quieter, Pilot Ryan Media. Yes. I would say I'll have to listen to it again. Roger, you'll have to meet up with us sometime there. Awesome place for running. Guys are awesome. I know that it's only going to go up with Bobby and Ryan also being in the mix there. I think there's a lot going awesome for the RC hobby in that area, with the tracks and with the shop and everything. So they're going to make waves, man. It's going to be awesome. 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 Let me make a little note here. All right. So yeah. And it was smart of them. Thank you, Dave, for doing it in KVs that Hobby Wing doesn't have. So if you want that really low grunt of the 1200 Fusion, you'd go with the Hobby Wing. If you want a little bit more speed, the 1400, which is what I'm running in my Ecto, which is really slow on 2S, but it's more speed than a 1200. That's for sure. It's really cool. But these are the 2-part. What this allows you to do is you have a set button and all that, so you can program it right from there. However, with the Fusion version of the Firma, the 2-in-1 they call it, you have to have their program card to program it, which is a little bit of a bummer. And that's the same with the Fusion. There's not the set button to be able to do it. You have to have a program card, but the Fusion comes with one. It's kind of junky, but it comes with one. Yeah, see, here we go. Says he's run the 1400 as VS410 and it's money. It's super good. I do have Hobby Wing brushless setups in my crawler. So I have an axe. I had the axe in my SCX10 That was one of the axe systems I had, and it was really good. But it freaked out. It was like the 3200 or the 2300. It was the longer 550 can one, and it had issues, man. Like, I drove it for 2 days and it was awesome, but at the end of the second day, it just wigged out. It wouldn't drive forward. It just jumped back and forth. I tried to warranty it out. I don't ever do warranty, and it was too much headache, and I'd forgotten about it too long because I had so many other pressing things that that one's a goner. But my other one, the 1200, is in the TF2, and it's amazing. So I do have the 540 sized one, and that's been no issue, and I've had it in multiple things, and it's now in the TF2, and it's amazing. So it's what actually made me realize how this the cat playing with the wires. The FOC system was good, and it's very similar to what's being put in the Spectrums. I hit back on the wrong page. I was trying to go back out of the video, and I backed out of the live stream. So hopefully I'm back. But yes, the systems are the same, because I'm pretty sure that Hobby Wing makes the Spectrum ones. People won't say, but it's very obvious. That was weird. Sorry about that. I went to hit back, and leave this video, which I'm going to pull back up here. This one I was trying to leave. Yeah, it's a rebrand, and they choose to do their own things with it, like choose to do different different KVs and have different settings and some of that. So, all right, now now we're back. ZEI chassis came out from Freestyle RC. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Carbon fiber, running the Freestyle axles. If you haven't looked at what they build, it's all custom built, aftermarket stuff. And this was before Trio and them got into the game. Freestyle was killing it with these massive axles, unbreakable. Only thing you break is a rod end on this truck. Carbon fiber, and it has the cantilever shock, like the old Bigfoot used to run. So when it drops out, it's amazing. So it's done. It actually won the best monster truck at USTE. So that was pretty cool. It had this Bigfoot body on. I got from Josh Rose. Actually, there's the trophy for it. In fact, my trophy's sitting right over there for it. But beautiful, turned out, painted out the guy, detailed out the motor, used the electronics are all tucked into the fuel cell in the rear. Came out pretty clean. Best build I've ever done, and that's not saying much. Right before we move, we have the Red Cat 64. This one's probably going up for sale. As I said, some of my stuff's going to go for sale. I don't run it. I probably should more, but I have too many things going on to run them all, and that one's in good condition. It's been run twice inside, twice inside, once outside. So 3 runs on it, 3 charges on it. Beautiful, beautiful car. What people are doing with them's amazing. So yeah. Freebird, who made your CCxRC sign in the background? Those are just letters that I bought at they're just LED letters that you buy on Amazon. They're like $10 a letter. And if you look close, the wires just hang down. I painted them gray so that they don't stand out a whole lot. But you can actually see them coming down the wall here. But I spray painted them gray. And so they'd match the back wall and kind of disappear. But you just hang them on a little nail. They're USB powered. Yeah, they're little novelty things. They work awesome. I mean, they look awesome even here behind now. So it's all about distance and camera trickery. And then those are body panels from the actual monster trucks from Son of a Digger and Grave Digger on the walls with LED backlights behind them. So yeah, turned out pretty cool. Do not have a Jeep anymore. As you can see, it snapped the axle off here. So that was pretty crazy. Tire went flying somewhere. Destroyed my bike, which was it wasn't super expensive. It's like a $600 Trek feet forward bike. They don't even make it anymore. It's kind of a bummer. They bought another company, and so their starts with an E. Anyway, their bike is now it's more of the beach cruiser style. FMS, my first FMS, we'll talk about that for a little bit. FMS, I think in 2022 has got some cool stuff coming, you guys. I don't know that as a fact. I just know that they have hit the ground running, and they are changing the game for hard body scale trucks. I feel like the electronics could do a little bit of an upgrade. They've spent so much time on lighting and things like that. And the details, but I think if they can get a little bit more punchy motor in there, still have some grunt, I think that they're already the motor in like the FJ, I think is better than the driving experience is better than an SCX24. It's bigger, of course. So there's that, but, it's really, really cool how they handle. Now here, I didn't have great terrain because we were on our move to Michigan. I was in Richmond camping so I could go and check out the Solid Axle Showdown before we left town. But it got around. I was very impressed with it. And the control of them is really cool. The lights, I don't love the turn signals and that stuff, but I love the headlights, brake lights, reverse lights, all that kind of stuff. Super cool. These are 18 scale, so they're a little bit bigger than an SCX24. Not much, but it's just a much smoother delivery of power when you're using the controller. So yeah, I think if they can get just a little bit more out of it, I mean, they're pretty cool. And if companies get behind them like they have the SCX24 and upgrades come out, these things are begging to be the next little micro crawler scene. So yeah, I'm impressed. Big Head says I want that Jimny so bad. Which Jimny? Is it the 18th scale or 12th? I didn't love the 12th scale. So I have the 12th scale and I don't feel like it's the right scale for the type of driving, like the power that they have. At 12 scale, I expect more out of it. At 18 scale and the 124 scale, my expectations go way down. So the 12th scale one, this one actually, it doesn't handle better than, I would say it handles worse than the 18th scale. Because it's trying to power this thing with, yeah, it's not my favorite. I like the look of it, but it's just not as capable as the other 18 scale ones because it's a grocery go-getter type truck. So yeah. The boat, which is now discontinued, sadly, is the Pro Boat Alpha Patrol. A lot of people actually want it. Not planning to sell that one. I really like it. What else came out new? This was awesome. The TLR tuned Typhon. I have video of that actually coming. Hey, what's going on, RC for all? So to answer the question, Freebird, I do not have a Jeep after that crash. They totaled it out. It was going to cost over 20 grand to fix it. It was only valued at 25, which is actually more than I paid for it. So that was nice. So they just wrote me a check for that and I put that toward an F-250. So yeah. Yeah. If FMS does some 110 scale stuff, it could put RC 4-wheel drive on their heels a little bit. They have to start, looking for ways to outdo them with the hard body scene. But that would be interesting. This TLR tuned tuna, TLR tuned Arma Typhon is amazing. Just drove it yesterday. Jeremy drove it, and we beat the snot out of it. We sent it off of a send it ramp. I don't know if Pilot Ryan got his hands on that one before I broke it. And all I broke was a shock end, like a rod end for a shock. We were trying to get it to do front flips because it's a buggy. It's not really wanting to, off the ramp we had, it wasn't wanting to backflip. It was only on 3S as part of the problem. I needed a 4S and it would have backflipped no problem. We'll get to a bunch of questions here in a second. Crawler Space RC saying, yeah, 1/18 scale. Was he answering that to somebody? Yeah, the letters do look neon, Freebird. That's what's cool about them. Which one makes a beautiful shelf queen? Is that the FMS? I have the FJ. Oh, I should have gotten FJ. I see. So I actually wanted, when I was looking at them, they're expensive. They're expensive. They're one of my favorite trucks, though. just look. I mean, if I could get any truck, and I know if I had all the money in the world and I didn't have to worry about cost of repairs, any of that kind of stuff, um, I would want a a D110. So yeah, I know. People are gonna get on me for that. Oh, it makes a beautiful shelf queen, the 64. Yeah, yeah. I needed something I could tow my tractor with and trailers and stuff going forward, and that's why I got the F250. Is that the first ever RC company collab, Armand Losi? I don't know. I mean, Red Cat did the collaboration with Hobbywing and Reefs RC in order to do the Gen 8 that had the that was like totally upgraded out of the box, $500, Reef servo, brushless. It was I think a cool idea. Kind of what not many of them come ready to run with a brushless motor in them. And I think for $500, I mean that's crazy. So yeah, the axe, that was it. So I like the Gen 8. I was impressed with it. Uh, but I mean, how do I say this? The motor and ESC left a lot to be wanted. It was too fast. Uh, but that was an easy change. Um, we just did the Hobby Wing cheap ESC that everybody does for like $30, and then we did a 15 turn 5 slot motor that, or 16 turn, I don't remember. But it was recommended to me by Sean's RC Adventures, and I can't think of the company that makes it. It's out of like New Jersey, up in that area, and it was really smooth for a brushed motor and ESC combo. But I ended up putting in that Spectrum system, and it's amazing. So, um, yeah, I actually like it a lot. Still running the stock tires, but I changed the wheels over to just something I think generic, but beadlock just for the look. It actually, I love the look of the Gen 8. Everyone's like, if you change the body, it'd handle better. I'm like, but I bought it. Well, I didn't buy it, but I would have bought it for the body. I like the look of the Gen 8, that Scout look. So we rhino linered it and decked it out with an interior from RC Voodoo, and yeah, I mean it's a cool truck. It's more trail scale, and it's capable for a trail scale trail truck, but it's not comp ready by any means. So I'll say that. Thank you, upper left RC. Wants to know, will Traxxas make a 124 scale crawler? If Traxxas likes money, and they do, I would think that they would make one. Because I mean, Axial sells those things out like crazy, man. And I know if Traxxas put one out there, people would buy them up. So I don't know. I don't know why they haven't yet. They've got some other small. They could even do it in their Latrax name if they wanted. If they didn't want the Traxxas name to have it, the Latrax stuff is their small stuff anyway. I mean, it just seems like it's free money. You can put out a car for like $140 that people will buy because they can't afford some of the bigger stuff when they're getting into it to start, and because you want something you can drive indoors all the time. So yeah, it's crazy. Merry Christmas, Can Do veteran. If it wasn't a Ford, it would be a good truck. Crawler Space RC says, if it wasn't a Ford, it would be rusted out in 2 years. That's the thing. So I got the Ford because it has an aluminum body all the way around. So that is why. Did I ever get a Mini 2T? Mini T2 by Losi? I have the Mini T and the Mini B. Yep, I just had them out actually, and didn't get to run them, but I found them. I was wondering where they were, but they were in my race bag. So I got to get some of the race stuff going again. The track looked awesome at RC Fun Park at the tower, and it made me want to get the. I have the Losi 22 dirt clay version here. Just it's a roller. I just need to put motors and electronics in it, and I haven't yet. So yeah. Yeah. So your hands stay warm when you push it home. There you go. What's going on, RC Propaganda? Yeah, hidden RC bag, missing RC are hard to find sometimes, especially the small ones. So yeah. I didn't know that there was a local carpet track here. I knew that there was a dirt one in Grand River, but I didn't know about the carpet one. I have the carpet rig though. In fact, I had pulled it out and I think I looked at it, was like, those are carpet tires. I'm like, yeah, I was just gonna run it anyway. But I'm glad I didn't. It's clean. I don't want to get it dirty. So keep my carpet car carpet. But I have the dirt version of it. I just haven't finished it, and I don't want to take the carpet electronics out of it. So I need to spend more money. So moved to Michigan, and right away we went down to Horizon RC Fest like immediately after moving. So I got here and I ran the infraction after we arrived. It looks like. That looks like it's here. Yeah, that's the new driveway. I don't see. Oh, that's at the new studio. Okay, so I did run a few. Okay. Oh, and I'm actually here already because the boats and all that. So Michigan, Horizon RC Fest, awesome time there. Super dirty, Dust Bowl, craziness. And that's when we got the Typhon and just had a blast with it. It's still running the 4S system. That's basically a setup for running monster trucks, and I stole it because I had it with me. But yeah, did a bunch of crawling. Went to Great Lakes Gauntlet immediately after that, and met a bunch of people there for the first time. Met Jeff there for the first time. Met Dave there for the first time. So crawled with Ethan, who I used to chat with over on the Tank RC's live streams. Ended up crawling with him, ended up bumping into him. I had some other guys I was lined up to go out with, and I don't know if I think they went when the whistle went or the horn, and I didn't. So I didn't end up running with them, but I was gonna run with people and I ended up missing it. Anyway, Vanquish VS410. Savage is out now. That's new. I went back to Virginia with my mom to pull her trailer home with my new Ford. Ended up buying another SCX24 while I was there at Hobbytown in Newport News, so I could crawl while I was on the road, but also because I needed it for a monster truck build. And I just want to go in and say hello to everybody. I wasn't gone that long, but I definitely miss the local people in Virginia, and that's what I miss most about Virginia is the people. Don't miss the weather so much at all. Even though it's cold today, we went down to Grand Haven down by the lighthouse, took some pictures and stuff. Freaking cold, man, with the wind blowing in. But yeah, I'll take that any day over the heat of the summer there. Some cool new stuff coming. New Freecell RC Retro Leaf chassis. That should probably be coming out 2022. He was doing some changes to it again. CMcD, man, thank you again so much. Coming to the Crawler Comp tomorrow. I was wondering, I was going to ask you guys if you were running it. I will try to be out there tomorrow night. I lost all track of time because of it. Took Monday off to go down, so I kept thinking today was Monday, and then I just thought they ran another competition Tuesday night, on the north side of Grand Rapids. So now I have to. I tonight was thinking, I wonder if they're going to run tomorrow since it's so close to Christmas. And if you guys are, I'm going to be trying that. So I'm going to be trying to make it out. And I want to actually, so lots of mini stuff. Doing the mail haul. We started that this year. Lots of mail haul stuff, and I got bunches of it here in front of me. Still from last time we just talked about it. I need to get that going again because there's a bunch of stuff coming in that may or may not show. Just because of time. But I still need to get to a lot of micro stuff. In fact, I got little 176 scale FPV buggies in, but I got to find FPV goggles to run in them. So I need a drink of water. I mean, Coke Zero. I probably need a drink of water, but I've got the Coke sitting here, so I will take it. It's kind of warmish though. Mini Z buggy. I also bought that when I was in Hobbytown. I had no idea so many people wanted to see videos on it. In fact, I got it out again because I got those jumps for the monster trucks, those little Sphero orange jumps, and so I'm going to set up a little course to run this. Because after we jumped it off that balcony, it broke, but it was easy to fix. I just unscrewed the servo area and it loosened whatever was bound, and it's good to go. SCX6. I think looking back, other than the LMT, which technically released, I guess, this year, I had it in last year for the video. I think the SCX6 might be my favorite release of this year. I think it's other than the LMT. I think the LMT is the most game-changing release in RC for a lot of things this year. Because of what they were able to do for the monster trucks in solid axle in particular. Nothing like it is come out before. Scale wise, as far as the amount of power that it has as well, the tricks you can do with it, it just feels so realistic and scale to run it. I think didn't the Ecto come out this year? If so, that's a pretty impressive platform. I didn't get it when it came out, so I don't know. I'm shocked by what has come out this year. I know that there was the Gatekeeper, and then the Ecto. The Ecto might have been this year, and I ended up just getting it several months later. So RC Propaganda says LMT is so dang fun. One of my faves. It's changed RC for me. Bashing especially. Like I used to just want to hit big ramps and just, whatever happens. Break stuff, fix it. YouTube loves that crap. I don't like it anymore. Every once in a while we just did it with the Max and some the Typhon, but we weren't sending it that big still. I mean, it was big, triple flip in that, but we're not trying to go as high as we can, break records or anything. So but the LMT just changed what I want to do. I just want to, and you can run it anywhere and have fun. It doesn't take much. A little tree you can backflip off of. You can, do the moonwalks. You can get 2-wheel pops off it and, bicycle it just off of some little, rock or even a little 2x4. It doesn't take much to get it to pop up and turn into it and get it on 2 wheels. It's just so much fun. It's broken right now. But it's normally the thing that I reach for when I just want to go out and run an RC. I even stopped filming it because it's like, okay, everybody's seen this stuff already. I'm just going to go have fun with it. And, I don't need another YouTube video of the LMT doing moonwalks and bicycles and stuff. And I mean, Big America's killing it as it is over on Instagram. So, and LVCRC and Outlaw Motorsports, a lot of those guys, they're doing awesome stuff with them. And so my channel's kind of got a lot more, I don't want to be too centric on one thing. But it's definitely my go-to. So if people haven't run one, I think you should definitely try it. From the wheelies that you can just run wheelies and stuff. I just prefer to bash it over anything. So, and I don't have to have it go super big in the air. I did when I first got it. We sent it off the big wood ramp just to see how durable it was. Turned out it wasn't as durable as we might have thought. But it took a lot more than a lot of the solid axles had up to that point. Because I was used to snapping axles all the time. But yeah. Anyway, so that being probably, I think, one of the best RCs released in a while. The one, the one thing on it was the scale on the body. It's pretty wide. But that's about it. I think so much of the other stuff they nailed with the sideways motor mounting and it could probably, having had it this long, the links are amazing. They're the biggest links I've had on anything like it. And they take quite a bit. The axles actually do take quite a bit. If you're not doing the send it stuff, they take quite a bit. And scale freestyle and all that kind of stuff. The sway bars are, I don't like the look of them because they're not scale looking and they're not very strong. So that would be one thing that I would look to maybe, change out from a performance and looks aesthetic thing from it. But other than the bodies being a little bit wide, I like how it runs. I know they went out of the box with the wheel being like a short course with the bigger inside than diameter than outside, which is weird. You couldn't run a lot of other stuff on it, but they made it so you could put other tires on if you wanted. So that was cool. But I actually like how those handle, like from a performance standpoint, that tire just doesn't balloon as much. So yeah, anyway, it's a really cool, and it's definitely changed RC for me. It's made it fun again. Like it was getting a little bit, I don't know. I was getting a little tired. Like it just felt a lot of stuff felt the same, and that changed all of that for me. And it's like a kid again every time. Even still, when I run it, it's like being a kid again. So yeah. Yes, LMT is fun with even one small ramp. RC propaganda. Yeah. And Earl says, yes, it's changed me. It's definitely changed, yeah, it's definitely changed how I run. Shadowbird, it's fun to watch you run the LMT. Hope you do it again this spring. I will definitely be doing more vids on it. I'm just saying I don't every time I go out run a camera on it. But yeah. RC Guy Garage LMT changed life. What's up, guy? Okay, yo, long question. Do you think it would be hard to set up a racing steering wheel and pedals like a gaming sim, but for an RC crawler to try to drive using that? I think that crawler, I don't know that would be the most fun thing to do it with. It would be kind of the question. I would probably think something like that would be fun for monster trucks where it's not a big area. With a crawler, like the best part about a crawler is the journey that you go on with it. I think to get out on a trail with people and just walk and go, and and watch how it handles on the rocks and seeing it from that spotter's point of view, and not the inside point of view. I think, however, the monster trucks I think could be really fun to try something like that with, or some of the other things, but. I mean, it's definitely doable. RC Sparks did something like that, so you can do it, but not sure I would want to do it. FPV is tough with the car stuff. The bouncing and the bounce is it's tough to watch. Makes me sick. 2-in-1 came out by Spectrum. We kind of hinted on that. The Ecto, which is awesome. RC Patina guy hooked me up with a really cool body. Didn't hook me up. He did the job. I paid him to do it, but he hooks up anything that he puts his hands on. That's what I mean by it. He's an artist, and I gladly paid him to do it. What he was able to do with the Lloyd is amazing. Arma came out with some new, cheaper on-road stuff that's pretty cool, and we ended up getting the Infraction Mega, which is now a brushless, and I now have the aluminum plate for it and the bearing, so thank you guys for that. When it said brushless ready, I kind of thought it had some of that when I ordered parts, so yeah, I now have the rest of the stuff that I need. Earl Moorhead, thank you, man. He said for the LMT body fund, I do need, Matthew Hall bought me a new son of a digger body after he destroyed the first one. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I kind of like it. We call it the POS SUD because son of a digger, we just SUD. But we call it the POS SUD when I enter it for racing because it's the the trashed one, which means point of sale for people that are wondering. This is the point of sale SUD. Axial 6 not driving right. Put that out there. That was actually part of my unboxing for it, which has gotten quite a bit of interesting comments. It's got quite a few views, 183,000 views on the Axial SCX6 unboxing video, and a lot of them talk about already cracked, but a lot of them talk about how out of the box you shouldn't have any issues with it at that price point, which is a fair thing to say, I guess. Where was it? Yeah, well, exactly what I want to do after dropping 1100, start wrenching. There's a lot of that kind of comment about it. If I did newest first, especially, and that's crazy to me in some ways. Like, yeah, but it wasn't technically broken. All I had to do was tighten something that was loose. And that can happen on anything from real cars to whatever. So, it shouldn't happen, but whatever. They said that they've been replacing bodies under the warranty. I actually haven't had any more cracks on mine other than when I pushed on it on the table, and torqued it on that mirror. But normal driving, falling, whatever, 1100 RTR, that doesn't work out of the box. Got to fix it right out of the box. There's a lot of those that there. And yeah, no, I mean, it's a bummer, but I don't see it as being broken. It's just anything that you buy may need something as far as care. They always say that you should look them over, make sure that things are set properly before you go out with them. None of us ever do, but technically we should. And if I'd have gone over it, I would have seen that. I was just too excited to get out there and run it. Something like that shows up at your doorstep. Nobody knows what it is. I thought it was a new 6x6 when they said SCX6. I didn't know it was 6 scale. So I was actually shocked when it showed up. And also shocked because it actually shipped to my neighbor or to my old house first, and arrived there. But yeah. So we got the infraction, went to Walters RC Park, checking out all the new places. Crawler Space RC's here. Reaction RC Hobbies is here as well. Lots of places here. And I try my best to get around because I think it's good for the hobby. I mean, the fact that we have all this here in Michigan is absolutely amazing. Furatech is killing it for 2021 as far as the micro stuff goes, as well as Mofo RC. Those two companies are just giving us so many more options, from brushless power with all the Furatech stuff. In fact, I just got that new Scythe chassis, the crawler one. Excuse me. And amazing. looking. It's aluminum. I don't remember who it was that designed it. That Vertec got it. Gammy, I think. RC. Gammy. Anyway, it's his chassis, but they did it as aluminum, and it's nice. So, but then Mofo RC has so many aftermarket parts, from bulletproof transmissions to like high-end worm gears and all that for the axles, and brass stuff like crazy, flex blades, all this stuff that he's got as aftermarket for the 24 scale. You can easily spend $700 on upgrading your SCX24 these days. I know I did with my monster truck. It's got about $500 in it. It's sad when you add it all up, but that's what you kind of got to get to when you got to start with a $130 product and then buy all this aftermarket stuff. But the fact that we can do that in 2021 with all these rigs, the support and that smaller company support that we're getting in the RC world is unreal. All right. A couple of iced teas for the holidays. Thank you, RC Guy Garage. I can tell that RC Guy Garage is on a computer, I'm guessing, and Earl is on a phone. And it's because of the way that they do the numbers. And I don't know if it's because of apps and the way that Apple does it or Google or whoever, but usually the phone ones do it at like a 99 cent. And the computer does it rounded up. It's interesting. RC for all, thank you. Yes, hit the like button, guys. We're gonna get ready to wrap up here soon. We'll talk about 2021, where we're going, but we're pretty much back to where we are in 2021 and talk about 2022. But yeah, the RC monster trucks, the micros, definitely where things are going for me. Really excited about it. Going to be cool for winter and all that. Actually, here's the 1400 kV censored brushless system in the Gen 8. It's super smooth. Stock tires leave a little bit to be desired, but the handling of it, for a big truck like it is, and I put the bumpers on it. I put a bunch of stuff in there. There's a winch. Again, going more for scale details. But it hangs up and hits stuff. The front end clearance with that bumper on it kind of sucks. That's my own doing, though. But yeah, very, very cool when you get that brushless, smooth, slow power in it. And then you can see the wheels that I have on there as well. Oh, you guys can't, 'cause I'm not showing you the video. But yeah, super cool. This is a 1400 kV, but this is not the 2-in-1. This is the one that runs off the ESC as well. Has its separate ESC. So I have that in both my Vanquish and in my... So the 1400 is in this, and the Vanquish has a 2100 kV. Or 2300. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, so this has a worn winch, and so does my SCX10-3. Oh, there you go. For wheel and pedals, I meant more for a 124th crawler table. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Earl's gonna next day the penny. That's funny. You guys are a riot. Yeah, so and wrapping up the year. I don't know how long I didn't have this video screen showing for you guys, but lots going on. Got the new playground started here at the house. The F450s from Sen. They're just a cool looking truck. They're beautiful in person when you look at them. CCxRC Glacier, that's new. It's very much like the FMS, a little less details. I got my first Creighton 6S. Think it's amazing. And then we got the podcast stuff going. We're going to work on that a little bit more. 2022. We've started here at the end of this year, and I've lined up a few more people to have on doing interviews on the podcast with people. So we'll also try and just do some around the table stuff. I've got a portable podcast system with mics like this, so I'll have to take it and do local for the podcast. Going to try and push that more. So yeah, here's the FMS FJ Cruiser. I think it's awesome. The Atlas is awesome. Traxxas Max version 2. I really like it, guys. I had to get full screen to tell you that. I really, really like it so far. I've got 3 good runs on it at this point. Long runs. I got the bigger battery pack for it. No, 4 runs on it now. I combined 2 of them for one video. So I do have 4 runs on it. I have 3 videos I'll have on it because I just did one at the RC Fun Park where we bashed it, big aired it. I've been posting some of it to Instagram. Handles really well, doesn't roll, dips, rolls, I guess, but without like flipping in the corners. The body roll is nicer. The way that it just kind of tucks into the corner, just really like it. I feel like they definitely made it a much better experience out of the box for that rig. Old Time RC vacuum formers, that's new for this year. We're doing, like I said, a ton with that. Here's something I just vacuum formed recently, Ford F-150 style. Do probably a metal militia or something with this one. I don't know yet. But that's cool. And then yeah, lots of bashing with the Max, and then more micro stuff. So that's kind of it. 2022. I don't know what is coming RC wise. Traxxas just did the wide max for the X Max, which is cool. I'm curious what they'll have going into the year. I mean, will they have micro stuff? Will they have a solid axle truck finally? Those are 2 things I'd like to see from them, but you know, I don't think they watch this or listen to what we're saying. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see somebody come out with FureTech's talking about coming out with a kit for the monster trucks. I don't know how much of a kit it is, or if it's just different parts, or if it's like a literally like builder's kit where you buy everything from them and you can build a monster truck, or if it's just, you know, to supplement an SCX24 or some other. So they've got their own axles, they've got their own chassis, motor. I don't know about transmission, so I don't know about that stuff. So we'll see what they have coming, but they've got some stuff coming. Mofo RC, like I said, has some stuff coming, and you know, Arm and them are always. I think the Forest line is going to be coming soon. I don't think at this point. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to announce it right now at Christmas. It'll get lost in the mix anyway. Maybe it'll hit right in time for people to buy it with their tax returns. I don't know. Seems like a great time to have something hitting the market, and the store shelves would be right around when people would be getting their tax money back. But I know that for me, I'll be doing more crawling because that's big here. So I don't know what that'll look like. I'm gonna have to start probably trying to get one rig at least that's all comped out. Because I know at Crawler Space RC, most of my rigs they're not set up for it. I don't have the winches. I don't have the overdrive to help pull the front end around for tight steering. Some of that stuff. So I'll have to really work on one and see what we can do there. But yeah, an SCX6 6x6 would be awesome, says Chris F. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. Hey Tony, not sure if you get into gaming at all, but I picked up a wheel pedal for some racing sim games They're mind-blowing. $300 to keep me busy over winter. I don't have a PC really set up for gaming, and to do it on a Mac's a bit, you got to jump through a lot of hoops, and so that's why I haven't really gotten into any PC gaming. I do have a laptop I could probably make work. It's got like a 2 gig RAM dedicated video card in it. It's for video editing, but I don't have time normally. My free time is spent like after this, I'll go and edit until 1 or 2 in the morning and then go to bed, wake up, edit for work, hang out with my family for a little while, try to get an RC and some video time in, and then, take whatever I did for 20 minutes with an RC and spend hours editing it and uploading it. Like the upload process, even once you're done, you know how many times I've fallen asleep at the computer while I'm waiting for it to upload and get all the stuff in and send it all the time, or I'll upload it and I've noticed recently I've posted a couple times and it still has my naming convention as the title of the video. So every one of my videos are labeled like CCxRC, number. So it's a 3-digit number, which is going to be 4 digits here soon. So CCxRC 987 or whatever, and then identifiers for it. Whatever it is, like Traxxas Max Bash or Traxxas Max Unboxing or whatever, something that identifies it for later. But it's all in number order so that I can easily find them based on when they happened. And if I was smart, I would also put that into the tags of the video so that if I ever needed to get that right back to that video content, I could look in the video tag on YouTube and see like CCxRC 989 or whatever number it is, and just go to that number in the catalog. But all mine is kept in number order sequentially that way, so I can get to it. But yeah, it's kind of my convention. But that's how we run it at the libraries and all that as well, for bigger video stuff that I've done. So this is how I've always done it. 2022 Moonbase Scale Arena Mud Pit. Nice. I need to get to the Moonbase in 2022. Zarek D, what's going on? Ryan Bissett, question: are the Hobbywing programming cards interchangeable between Max 6 and Max 8? I don't know. I don't have many Hobbywing systems. I went from Castle to Spectrum pretty quickly. Would TRX 4 wheels fit on the Sen F450? They should. Yeah, it's just 12 millimeter. These old flapping lips says it's the technical side of crawling that draws me in, but I really enjoy working on them too, just not the money to do it. Yeah, it can get expensive customizing them. And that's one of the things too with going comp stuff. I would throw all the money at one truck, where being on YouTube, I have to spread my money out among a lot of things. One, buying new stuff. Two, repairing now however many we have here, which is an insane amount of number, which I'm hoping to cut in half. Hope to half the number of RCs that I have, knowing that it'll build back up, but I don't want to just keep piling stuff on top of stuff like it's going right now. So I need to sell it in order for more stuff to come in. But yeah. Yeah, it would be weird to see Earl crawling, but he could do it, man. He does crazy build stuff. Oh, yeah, waiting for the snow to melt so you can paint. I've made the mistake of painting in here a couple times just because I don't want to wait. So that's why I would step outside, paint, and step back in, hoping that it would still be considered painting in warmth. But it smelled in here for weeks like paint. Trash bag in the recycler. Uh-oh. I like the X Max. I don't know why yours was so bad, man. That's terrible. Have I built the Phoenix yet? And did I put the Firma 2-in-1 in it like I planned? No, and no, I haven't built it yet. I might actually be trading it unbuilt. So there's a possibility. I don't know if Dennis is still watching, but Dennis had mentioned that he would trade a Cross RC 6x6 for it. I really want the Cross RC. I think it's the HG6, but I don't want to build it. And I want to make it into a Mission Barbecue truck like they have out in front of their stores at Mission Barbecue. But I don't want to spend the time building it. I don't have modeling time to do a model like that. What's broken on my LMT now? Just rod ends. I just broke rod ends off of the 4-link, and I've got replacement parts. I just need to get it fixed. And I probably have to replace the bolts that hold the rod, the 4-link as well. I think I bent them. I went pretty nuts for the last RC Amigos bash, which was back for Halloween. So that's how long it's been since I've been able to get to fixing it. So my basher one, the POS one's been sitting on the floor. My other ones are working. What part of Michigan are from? Just outside of west side of Grand Rapids. So like Allendale. Probably 1/2 of us are Michiganders. There's a lot of Michiganders into RC, man. Barry King wants to see me bolt a set of Trail LMT wheels on the Wide Max. But the Wide Max has the really big like 8-scale buggy opening, right? Or no? They've got that little spacer in there, don't they? But it would be too heavy, I would think. You could maybe put on the Proline ones, but I wouldn't want to put that much weight of rotating mass on. I don't get why everybody's doing them. The Trail metal wheels for the LMT, honestly. I guess they're not that heavy. I mean, the plastic ones are pretty heavy for the LMT. I wouldn't think that they're that heavy. But I don't change my monster truck tires that much. And when I do, it's cheap enough that I usually have another set of wheels to go with them. Because it's a pain in the butt to change the bead locks out and something like that for a race day. I just want to undo 4 bolts and switch out the tires. I don't want to have to go around and not 4 bolts, 4 nuts. So, yeah, low CG, I wouldn't put in the wheels, man. That's just rotating mass. That's not what I would do on a monster truck. But I mean, people can do what they want to do, you know. A lot of people go for looks on things, and you know, it's it's their money. They can spend it however they want. You know, I watch people metal the death out of an X Max, and I'm just like, man, you're just gonna break chassis stuff if you're doing all that metal. But yeah, people like the bling, and they thinks metal's better. You know, I think plastic works pretty good on a lot of stuff. Now, where I put my weight is on the axles. Those, but they're not that much heavier either to go to Trail axles or to Vidavon. When we weighed them out, it's not that much more. It's a little bit, but I would rather have heavier axles and put like if Trail made like a brass because LMT is that multi-part. If they made like a brass back part of it to add a little bit more weight to the axles, that'd be one thing. But we're usually trying to lighten them up like racers, ditch some weight, and definitely get rid of the upper weight of the cage people are doing. I like the weight because it makes it handle and look realistic, but I like the weight up top because it makes it shift on the suspension, makes the suspension work too. So yeah. Mirror, yes, I have a couple boats, and I've had a few boats for a couple years. Boats are fun, until they're not, and that's when you're swimming after them. MTRC, I'm near saying nasty. Daniel Real Tech, what's the most money you've ever put into an RC? I'd say about 3,500 to $4,000 for the Bari build. The Raminator is about 3,200, and that was with an extra cage and body that I haven't done anything with. So yeah, that's expensive stuff there. And actually, I actually lent the Bari build out. That's how crazy I am. Big money in it, and I don't even have it here. It's in another state. But it's good for the hobby to do it. If we can get more of the big ones out and more people running them, and we can get more offerings of them, that's a good thing. I'd love to see people racing the big ones. That's, I think, really where it's going to be at eventually, man. I think the big trucks racing will be something else. It'll be something to watch. But yeah, that's the most. And I did 2 of them in 1 year, so it was pretty brutal. It was yeah. What's the tones? I can't hear the tones. I've got all my audio pulled through my you guys hearing it? The audio from my computer? They used to have a 1/4 scale. Oh, RC Guy Garage, so you could hear my email and stuff coming in. I was hearing that, but I wasn't thinking anything of it because it's just normal noises I hear all the time. But yeah, that would have been all my emails coming in because I have all the audio piped through the switcher, so I could play the videos. So 2022, going forward, like I said, a lot more crawling. Hopefully going to the Monster Truck World Finals in Orlando at the end of May. I don't know that I'll make the No Limit World Finals this year, which I'm kind of bumming about, but it's always been on our anniversary weekend every year. And it's a kind of a big anniversary this year. We're going to be 20 years. So don't think it would be in my best interest to tell my wife that I wanted to head down to sweaty Virginia to race Monster Truck with a bunch of guys on our 20th anniversary. So yeah, I don't feel like I'll be there for that one, but I'm hoping to get maybe back down for a different one that they do. Maybe the Pumpkin Smash or something. But yeah, it was yeah, sorry about the dings, Earl. Or I mean RC Guy Garage. You were checking your mail every time you heard it ding. But yeah, I would love to see more big scale stuff. And I saw could take her with me. She'll love it. Nah. We lived 40 minutes from Digger's Dungeon, and she wouldn't even come down to watch it. And I'd be there for 4 days, and she would not go down to watch it. It bores her out of her mind. Because it's drag racing side by side, and there's hundreds of trucks to get through. So yeah. She would not. She would rather go to some of the other stuff. She actually went to Axial Fest with us, and she went to USTE, and she enjoyed that. You know, walking the trails and all that. But sitting in the sun, and it's usually storming that time of year, and you got we had tornadoes go through one year. Always it rained like crazy even this year. You know, we were tarping the track, and it was nuts. Would not be good. Yeah, in-ear monitors. This is for the look, man. I don't need these on. It's only me hearing my own voice talking, which helps actually. Because having the headphones on it makes it sound more radio, so you feel kind of not so weird just talking just nothing. So having a little bit of feedback back kind of helps. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up, kind of rambling here for the end of it. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I don't plan to be back on for this again until the new year. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do tonight, but I don't even know if there's new stuff that's come out. I've been busy. We just ran, and like I said, I just went down Sunday. I went to RC reaction for their Deck the Hall crawl. Monday went down to Indiana to run. Tomorrow, I'm hopefully going to be hitting up Crawler Space RC. Run that back by my wife. I don't think there'll be any issue with going tomorrow. I don't think we have any plans that I know of. So that should be fun. I have to throw some stuff on the charger again. But man, RC is getting fun, guys. There's, looking back at 2021, I'm actually shocked at how much of the stuff was new and where things have gone. The new tech that's come out, for one, is really cool with the motors, the fusion stuff, the crawlers that have come out, the micros, LMT, seeing as that was this year, that's insane. SCX6, like the SCX6 and the LMT to me are like the two wow kind of vehicles. This Max V2 is a wow, but it's kind of, it's a wow with, strings attached to it, where it's like, should have probably been that way for a while, but I'm glad they did it. So that's the wow. And it actually, it's awesome to drive. So it's what I wanted and kind of expected when I got it the first time, because I loved the X-Max so much. If you go back to my initial videos early on, the way that it would roll the corner, dip and pull out and whip and just throw dirt and just stay, wheeling, and wicked fun to drive. And then the Max was like tumble wumble and footage all the time, because I just got tired of doing the button to make it right itself. But it's changed, and it's awesome now. So it's not like the new wow of an LMT or an SCX6 where you're like, whoa, where'd this come from? But it's a good wow. I think Traxxas, it's a really solid vehicle now out of the box. But it came at a cost. Out the door, charger, battery, car was almost $1,000. So not cheap. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in as always. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2022 back for live streams. There'll be more videos before then, and hopefully seeing some of you guys in person at some of the events in some of the shops here, even before the new year. So we'll see y'all. Hit the thumbs up on your way out, and we'll catch you next time.